Rock superstar, fame's addiction. In the heart of the faded music district stood Studio Echo, a once legendary recording haven now reduced to a husk. Its former glory days a distant murmur among the disenchanted staff who haunted its halls. The studio, though a shadow of its past, still held a spark of the magic that had birthed countless rock anthems. Dylan, with aspirations as vast as the open sky and the weight of obscurity pressing down on his shoulders, pushed open the heavy doors of Studio Echo. The air was thick with the musk of stale cigarettes and vintage leather, a perfume of pure nostalgia. The staff, a collective of jaded old-timers and cynical young hopefuls, barely glanced up from their menial tasks, their dreams long since packed away in the dusty corners of the studio. Jimmy, the studio's longest-serving technician, recognized the hunger in Dylan's eyes. It was the same longing that had once burned in his own chest, now smoldered down to the resignation of a man who had seen too many come and go. With a conspiratorial lean, he slid a vial across the console towards the unsuspecting artist. "Essence," he crooned, the name resonating with untold power. "One drop, and you ignite. It's the fire of the greats, condensed into liquid form." Dylan's skepticism waned under the weight of his ambition, and as the essence coursed through him, a seismic shift occurred. His fear dissipated, replaced by an electric rush of confidence and clarity. He felt an invincible connection to every musical great who had come before him, their whispers guiding his hand. In the recording booth, the tracks poured from Dylan's soul, each chord a thread in the tapestry of his upcoming legend. The staff of Studio Echo, reinvigorated by the fervor of creation, watched in awe as the studio's slumbering heart began to beat once again. Dylan's ascent was as swift as it was mesmerizing. His music, a blend of raw emotion and haunting melodies, resonated with the zeitgeist, catapulting him to a pedestal reserved for the pantheon of rock gods. "Rock superstar," the world declared, as his visage became a fixture in the firmament of celebrity. Yet, in the whirlwind of accolades and adulation, Dylan missed the nascent darkness that began to coil around his life. The essence was not a mere boost to his talent. It was a symbiotic entity, feeding on his essence even as it granted him his heart's desires. As the allure of fame enveloped him, Dylan became insulated from the world, his every waking moment an orchestrated symphony of performances, interviews, and studio sessions. Studio Echo thrived, a phoenix reborn, its corridors once again echoing with the sounds of hopeful artists seeking their own taste of immortality. But the truth began to seep through the cracks of the facade. Dylan noticed the lingering gazes of the staff, hollow and expectant, as if waiting for the inevitable collapse. The essence, ever present, whispered songs of darkness and light, of rise and fall. More vials appeared mysteriously, ensuring the flow of his creativity never ceased, even as it siphoned his soul away. In a moment of solitude, Dylan caught a glimpse of himself, a figure draped in success, yet shrouded in an intangible gloom. The whispers of bygone artists turned into screams, cautionary tales that clawed at the edges of his mind. His music began to feel alien, an echo of a spirit no longer entirely his own. Realization struck Dylan with the dissonance of a broken chord. He understood that the essence had been alone against his spirit, a pact that demanded more than it gave. The shadows at his feet were not cast by the stage lights, but by the essence itself, which now seemed to envelop him in its dark embrace. He saw it clearly now. The essence didn't just feed on talent or creativity. It fed on the very core of one's being, on the life that pulsed within. Dylan saw the faces of the others who had walked through Studio Echo's doors, their eyes alight with the same fierce hope he had once possessed. They were all searching for the same thing, a shortcut to their dreams. But shortcuts often lead to dark places, as Dylan had discovered. With trembling hands, Dylan composed his final message to the world, a missive filled with the fevered truth of his experience. Fame is an addiction, in essence its needle, he typed, the words spilling out onto the screen in a torrent of regret and fear. As he pressed send, a shiver ran down Dylan's spine. He felt the essence stir within him, resentful of the betrayal. It surged and pulsed, demanding to be fed, refusing to be ignored. Dylan clutched his guitar, his once trusted companion, now a lifeline to the man he used to be. His final moments were a blend of terror and acceptance. His body slumped over his beloved guitar, a vial of essence rolling from his limp grasp. Dylan's warning lived on, his legacy not only of music, but of a tale that echoed through the halls of Studio Echo, a siren song of fame's true cost. As the staff discovered Dylan's lifeless form, they whispered among themselves, their eyes not reflecting sorrow, but a knowing fear. They had seen this before, a cycle as old as Studio Echo itself. And as they prepared for the next eager artist to walk through their doors, the essence lay waiting, its appetite endless.